This is Ken from RevenueZen, and I got another great question today. It's how do you actually do generative engine optimization, or GEO? What are some of the ways to think about strategy, and what are some of the tactics? First and foremost is tracking. I don't believe in being data-driven, but I do believe in being data-informed. If you don't have conversion tracking set up in your Google Analytics 4 account, which is free and what most people use for analytics on the website, go set them up. The second thing is more unproven, but I think it still offers really good insights, and they're called brand visibility monitoring softwares or tools. And these are things like Profound, Scrunch, Auderly. There's a few of them out there, but what they do is essentially they take a bunch of prompts across the day, week, the month, and you put in the types of topics that you want. And over time, it'll start to give you a picture, because every single result in generative AI tools is personal, hyper-personalized, but you can start to see a trend line of, these competitors are showing up for these prompts a lot more than we are on average. Why is that? The next tactic that I'm really seeing more often than not is competitor comparison articles versus content like X brand versus Y, industry roundups of the best of the top tools, etc. It's important to note that all of this should be on the backbone of good marketing principles of knowing your customers, what their needs are, being honest about where your product shines and where it falls short. The third, and I know this is a bit tough to swallow, because these models that are crawling your site are a little bit less sophisticated than Googlebot, for example, things like structuring your heading tag like H2s, H3s, H1s, in ways that are clear questions that clearly describe the topic below, becomes really important. So this next one is going to make some of you very happy and some of you very upset, but it's expanding beyond just thinking about SEO inside of the context of your website, or just a backlink as far as off-page, quote unquote, tactics. Being present in Reddit forums where folks are talking about your industry, your business, being on LinkedIn and sharing information or a video. And then lastly, as we see clicks, right, we're going to see the emergence of practices like conversion rate optimization, lead nurturing, having an email newsletter, or a paid or unpaid community where we're not just reliant on this mountain of inbound volume at the top of the funnel and hoping it trickles down. Those are a few strategies and tactics that not only we've been using to get our own inbound leads from these generative AI tools, but also based on a lot of great research and initial findings.